Alright, so today we're going to be looking at surface area and volume of a rectangular prism and a cylinder. So today we'll be using the formulas here. So volume is length times width times height, and surface area. And then over here with the cylinder, volume and surface area. So volume would be like for instance, how much water does it take to fill a pool? Surface area would be something like how much aluminum does it take to make a soda can? Or how much wrapping paper does it take to wrap a gift? Let's go ahead and take a second to copy down these formulas. So for volume of a rectangular prism, that's volume is length times width times height. Volume of a cylinder is pi, we use 3.14 times radius squared times height. So times radius times radius times height. Surface area for a rectangular prism is 2 length times width plus 2 length times height plus 2 width times height. And then finally we have surface area of a cylinder, and that's 2 times pi, so 2 times 3.14 times the radius times the height plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius times the radius. Let's try some examples. So we'll start by writing the formula. So feel free to look back at your formula sheet. So the formula for volume of a rectangular prism is volume is equal to length times width times height. So I like to start by labeling everything. So we'll call the long side down here the length. So I'll put an L there. We'll call the height 5, and the width would be 2. So even if you labeled yours differently, it's really not going to matter as long as you plug every number into the formula, because we know that multiplication is commutative. Okay, so we'll write 10 times 2 times 5. Okay, so 10 times 2 is 20, 20 times 5 is 100. Because we have volume, we have 3 dimensions here, so we square the unit. So 100 centimeters cubed. Alright, so next we have, we'll call 7 the length, 2 the height, and 1 the width. So it's length, width, height. So we have 7 times 1 times 2. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14 centimeters cubed. Okay, example number 2. So I'll call 20 the height this time. We'll call 8 the length and 3 the width. Again, it will not matter if you called them different dimensions. So if you called 20 length and let's say 8 the height or whatever, that would be fine because you can move those terms around. Okay, so 8 times 3 times 20. Okay, so 8 times 3 is 24. 24 times 20 gives you 480 inches cubed. Okay, so number 3. So 11 times 10 times 15. So 11 times 10 gives you 110. 110 times 15 gives you 1,650 yards cubed. Again, do not forget to cube or put your unit to a power of 3. You'll lose a point on your quiz and test if you don't do that. Alright, so now we'll do surface area of a rectangular prism. So we'll write the formula. So surface area is equal to 2 times length times width plus 2 length times height plus 2 height times the width. Except I believe on your formula sheet they do width times the height. Okay, so we'll label, call 10 the length, 5 the height, and 2 the width. Okay, so 2 times L times W. Alright, so L, the length is 10. The width, that's supposed to be a W over there, was 2 plus 2 times length times height. So the length is 10, height is 5, plus 2 times the width times the height. Notice how I'll put letters above my parentheses. That just helps me know what to plug in where. Alright, so 2 times 10 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 2 times 10 is 20. 20 times 5 is 100. Notice how I'm taking another step just to multiply those numbers together. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Now last step will be to add everything up. So 140, 160, and it's still area, so we'll square it. Remember, area, square area. Okay, so 2 length times width plus 2 length times height plus 2 width times height. So this time I'm drawing my parentheses for everything. Okay, so L is 7, W is 1, L is 7, H is 2, W is 1, and H is 2. 2 times 7 times 1 is 14. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 times 2 is 28. And we have 2 times 1, 2. And 2 times 2 gives you 4. So we add those up, and we get 14 plus 28, which is 42. 42 plus 4 is 46 centimeters squared. Kind of like volume a minute ago, it doesn't really matter what you call L, W, and H on the shape, as long as you end up plugging every number into the formula. So we'll call H, L, W. So step 1 is to write the formula. And draw your parentheses for your numbers. Okay, so the length is 8, width is 3, length is 8, height is 20, width is 3, and the height is 20. Alright, so 2 times 8 gives you 16, and then 16 times 3 is 48. Then we do 16 times 20 and get 320, and then 6 times 20, 120, add those together, and you get 488 inches squared. You try number 3 and then check yourself with my work. Okay, so check and see if you got 850 yards squared. If not, make sure that your work matches mine here.